our channel. If you haven't seen the most handsome face of your life before, it would be this one. He's my video editor.
Hi.
And also happens to be my husband. Okay, tonight Max picked us up some amazing finds that are going to help take this project to the next level, because if you remember in last week's video, I was talking about how we might need to go more custom route to build this seating area for the banquette, because it's so long and the measurements were so difficult. It was hard to come by any pre-built banquette seating option that would fit what our needs are. Yeah. However, last night we were sitting at our table, drinking some tea, late night chit chats, late night Facebook Marketplace scroll, and Max found some handmade, very sturdy cubby seating benches that someone had made, and they were selling 4 of them. We purchased 3. I'm a little bit afraid that maybe we should have purchased the 4th one just in case something goes wrong, but I think we'll make...
It's fine. Yeah. It'll be fine.
I think we'll make 3 work, and they are exactly the height we needed, and they are very sturdy, so that feels awesome. We're gonna move some things around just to see how it fits, and we're gonna dry fit them into the space and see how it looks. Okay, today is an exciting day because I can show you how these Nook pieces look in the daylight. So last night, Max brought home 3 of these custom-made benches that was previously being used in a dance studio. Pardon the extra noise, my baby is out here playing while I do this portion of the video today. So I have 3 of them dry fit into the dining nook area. We're gonna still customize them and make them look more complete than like 3 different pieces. Last night we sat around the table for, gosh, close to an hour trying to figure out what would be the best way to organize it and how would we like to do the detailing. Because of the way that they were made, some of the detailing we might have to forego from our original hope or goal just because of what we're working with, which is okay. We're happy with it. So I'm going to show you around and show you how it's looking right now. As you can tell, where I'm standing is kind of like a blank space. I would like to take 1 cube away from that side and put it here. Because this is really well fit for more of a square shape, I don't think we need to have one side be longer than the other. I think it'll work better if they're even. And I have been working here today. It was actually so nice to sit here, and I got to eat and type and do all the stuff I normally do. Honestly, I work at the dining table a lot as a desk, so it felt a lot easier to work here today, having this extra space on my sides, and I was able to sit really comfortably. We did talk about how this corner spot is probably going to be the most coveted portion of coveted seat in the house at the dining table anyways, because you'll get such a nice view and you'll have that corner seat where you've got a little bit more cushion. This is my really bad drawing, but this is where we have 2 of them, and we're basically wanting to take this side off. We want to add this cushion down here. It'll make more sense with the windows where they are on this side, and the overall flow of the room. So we're going to take off this cube and bring it around to this side. How we're going to configure that, we don't know exactly, but that's the basic plan. Aside from figuring out where we're going to organize those cubbies and how we're going to fixture them together, I need to pick out fabric for the cushions because I can't wait. I want to find something that feels like a beautiful pattern, high-end looking, and something that will just bring a nice touch of color to that corner. even though we don't have all of the pieces figured out yet for the seating, I'm gonna go ahead and start looking for what kind of fabric we want to use. Reason being, once those pieces are assembled how they need to be, we wanna start painting them right away. And it's better for me not to pick paint colors until I've found the fabric. So we're gonna use that fabric to be basically the foundational element for the whole nook, and it would have been smarter to get that before ordering the pendant light or the curtains. Here we are anyways. If you tuned in last week, those were kind of elements that I really wanted to get going, and it's helped me keep this project going, and it helped me be able to decorate the rest of my house with Christmas because I wasn't in the middle of this. So now my house is decorated for Christmas and it feels great, and I can focus fully on this corner of the house. So I'm gonna take the baby and we're gonna go look at some different fabrics. I will see you at the fabric shop, and I'll be filming with my phone instead of the camera. This is gargantuous to bring into a store with me. Plus, big cameras just freak people out. They don't know how to handle it when you walk in with one. All right, let's go get some fresh air. Okay, I've arrived to the shop for the knitting and sewing shop that we have nearby, and I'm gonna go look inside and see what kind of fabric options there are for the seating for the banquette. Okay, that was a little bit of a bummer, only because I was hoping I could see a few more options than what they had. A lot of their pieces were cotton and linens for quilting, and they have gorgeous patterns in there. There were so many beautiful ones to look at, but it just wasn't what we were needing. So there were just two patterns I was looking at, and one of them could work really well. It would be really pretty and fairly timeless. I just wanted something that's a little bit more playful, and it's not that it isn't. It was a more playful stripe. Not a bad option, but it didn't make my heart leap for joy. And then the other one was really cool. That would have been neat. It was like a brown plaid, and it kind of had, I think, a little bit of a mustard yellow with the brown, but still just, it still just wasn't exactly what we were needing. So, oh my gosh, that man walked so close to my car. It scared the shiz out of me. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna head to Michael's now to go see what they have. I was looking at their website a couple nights ago, and they do have some good options there, so I'm gonna go see them in person and take all of that in. Oh, the other thing I was trying to say before that guy walked up close to my car, was that the striped one, it looks like they have a lot, but you never know if it's enough, and that's kind of the biggest question mark we're dealing with. So let's go to the next spot. Okay, I came to Joann's instead. It was easier to get to. Let's go look at that. Not seeing anything very promising, unfortunately. Do you guys remember making fleece blankets where you would like cut the edges and tie them together? It takes like 20 minutes. All right, that's been pretty disappointing. I'm wondering if I'm gonna have to order some. Not what I wanted to do. It's gonna make everything take longer. I guess another option would be, instead of playful fabric for the entire seating, I could do playful pillows, which was kind of the plan in some way. Okay, I could run around to go to Michael's to double check their I just don't really want to, but I'm gonna check online instead, and I'm just gonna skip going to Michael's and wait on that one. Yeah. Okay, Max is home from work, and we have actually even more simplified the plan than what we were talking about earlier. Instead of taking this cubby, like in the blueprint I showed you, where I would be taking that cubby and moving it over here, we're just gonna delete it altogether, and that should, all gone.
All gone.
All gone. And that simplifies the project a lot. So now the plan is delete this cubby. Carefully step to the side for me. And then we're gonna also remove all of these edges at the top. So that way when we do our plywood across everything, it will be a much more simplified finish.
Yeah, it'll be flat completely.
Which I do hesitate a little bit because this makes it feels completed in a way. But one of the things we talked about was when you go to sit down, if the fabric or if the cushion isn't thick, like this cushion sticks above these edges, so it's safe when someone goes to sit down. But if we aren't able to make it as thick, then someone can easily, like, mostly me, will end up getting bruises when they go to sit down because of these sharp corners.
Yeah, and it's also not, it's finalized, but it's not completely finalized, I guess. What we could do is just lay some thinner trim, something that's not this high, and to kind of give it that finished look. You can still get something to kind of get on the edge.
We also talked about maybe like making a makeshift handle, or
that too.
Which I do like that idea, and if we did do the handle, then I would leave these as is. But we have to remove that side anyways, no matter what.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Which, oh my gosh, Max.
What?
If we remove one, why don't we just put the one that's removed on the inside here, and then scooch this down? Is that dumb?
A little bit.
So delete. What if we deleted this one? And then
just slide it this way?
Yeah.
You could do that.
Okay. All right. Either way, I think we will end up doing the same amount of work.
Okay.
And by we, I mean Max is going to get started with removing one of the...
Yeah. We're see, it's not finalized.
Kind of. We've got a good loose game plan. No. All right, Max is going to get started on that in the garage, and I've got bath time coming up with the baby soon.
Go team.
Go team. The man. Thank you.
The myth?
The legend.
Legend. Not perfect, but because we're covering it up, it doesn't need to be perfect. So essentially, all of these benches had these little like arms at the end of them. What I did was cut off the arms of the sections we would be sitting in, and one of the benches I made one cubicle short. So, do you call them cubicles?
Sure. Cubby?
Sure, cubby. I made it one cubby short. So, so it can better kind of fit the space that we have here. I obviously didn't cut them perfectly. I used a Sawzall to cut them off, and they don't need to be perfectly smooth because we're gonna lay plywood on top, and Marina's gonna upholster and apply fabric and foam to that plyboard. So you're not gonna see it. It doesn't need to be perfectly cut. So if I can do it, you can do it.
So here's the progress report on where we're at and what we'll be doing next week. I got the plyboard picked up from Lowe's, and we got it cut for each section on the left side, which is shorter, and the right side, which is longer. We have this bit of plyboard, which is scrap, it's left over, but my plan is to cut it in half this way, and then I will be covering that with the same material and installing it above here, because if you can see, this is the original cushion we'll be using, and it's quite thick, and so because of that, this being half of its thickness, just to sit right underneath the window bay should be perfect for this project. Now, I did check online. I could not find any fabric that I liked enough to order for the price. My goal was actually to find shower curtains or a tablecloth, and neither of those worked out very well for me. I think it's a good idea if you can find a pattern you liked. I wanted something playful and fun that made it feel customized, but I honestly couldn't find anything I was excited about. So plan B, which I've learned this from my mother, and it honestly was not really what I wanted to do, but I think it's great for this project, and I think I'll be able to make it look cute for what it is. I have 3 canvas drop cloths, and I got them in a 4 foot by 15 foot because this project is fairly short but very long, and I did the math in my head at the store, and I think it's going to make sense, which I shared with you when we went to Lowe's. So we'll be using the canvas drop cloths for the fabric because I can get so much of it for such a little price. It was $20 per, so for $60 worth of fabric for an entire basically corner couch, that's pretty good. Our next steps are to cut the foam to the plyboard, glue it to the plyboard, and then I'm going to need to find some 1/2 inch thin foam to go over that, because we are cutting in areas where if you sat on top of it, you would start to see the creases on the spots where we had to cut the foam to fit this shape, which is unfortunate, but I think we'll be able to make it work. So cut the existing foam, get new thin foam to go over it, staple it to the bottom side of the plyboard, and then cut the fabric and do the same thing as we plan on doing with the thin foam. Once we do that, we have somewhere to sit, and then after that, what I plan on doing is actually making a skirt to go around the whole bottom lower half. I just want to make the fabric gathered, so I'm either going to order a gathering foot for my sewing machine or try a couple other ways that I've seen on YouTube how you can gather material. My first plan was honestly just to staple it, gathered at the top and staple it down, but I think that might be trickier to do than just sewing it in order to make it consistent for the lower half. And last but not least, I didn't really get much footage of it, but Max did remove the baseboards, and we have a couple spots we need to repair on that. Did Brad get you that tool? Perfect. Okay, great. So we'll be working on that probably in the next few days here to get it finished. And hopefully next week, everything that I just listed out will get done. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I so appreciate your support and love over here. It's been so fun doing long form content. And of course, it wouldn't be possible without my amazing husband, who is the best video editor I know and happens to be so handsome. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you next week. Bye.